It is possible to polish steel using an angle grinder. You can get quite a good finish using a polishing kit. That is a piece of steel that has been polished, and as you can see, the finish on that is very good. You can actually get it better than that. We do still have a saw mark in there, so it depends on the amount of time you prepare to spend doing the polishing, but you can quite easily get a mirror-like finish like that as long as you are prepared to put in the time. So normally the steel would look like that. This is high carbon steel, and that has been cut on a metal cutting bandsaw. So you can see that the finish on that is not at all good. We do have some burrs on there, and we have quite a lot of saw marks. By using a flat disc like that, or a grinding disc, it is possible to get a finish like that. So by using this, we have actually removed all of the saw marks. That is relatively easy to do, and that simply fits into an angle grinder. These are all for a 4.5 inch angle grinder. I'm then going to use this polishing kit, which is made by Dronco, and that actually shows you the different discs that you can fit on this. So we have the brown, the blue, and then the white one. When you use the white one, you use the polishing compounds. So these are the discs. That is the brown one. That is not as abrasive as the disc that we used the first time around, which was the flat disc. And that will bring the metal to a finish like that. You can then use the blue disc, which is finer still, and that will give you a finish like that. So each time the abrasive is getting finer and it is giving you a better finish. When we get to the end, we use this felt disc, which is very soft, and with that we use these polishing compounds. We use the white one first and then the blue one. The white one will give you a mirror finish like that, which is very smooth. And then when you use the blue one, you'll get a better finish like that. I have to point out that this is high carbon steel, so it is a very good quality steel, and it can be polished and give you a really good result like that. If you were to polish other steels such as stainless steel, you'd probably also get a similar result. But as you can see, that is very reflective. That has given us a very good finish. So I'm now going to take this piece, I'm going to put it in the vise, and I'm going to show you the steps that we go through to transform something like that into looking something like that. It's also a good idea when you're using an angle grinder to use a full face visor, some hearing protection, and also some good quality safety glasses. You may also need to use a dust mask. I'm going to start off first of all using the flat disc, and I'm going to use that to remove all the burrs and remove all the rough parts from this piece of steel. After a couple of minutes you end up with a surface like that. You can see that all the saw marks have now gone. So we're now going to swap over to the next disc. So you can see we've now got a good finish on that, so it's now time to swap the disc again. We've now got quite a good finish on there, so it's now time to swap to the final disc for the final two polishes. We're going to start off with the white polish. There are two ways to use this. You can either run it onto the wheel when it's spinning round, or you can actually just rub some onto the metal. Obviously the metal is quite warm, so when you put this on it does tend to melt a bit. But if you just put some of that on there and then clean it off with a grinder, that will give you a good finish. You see we've got a really good finish on that now. We're just going to swap over to the blue polishing compound. You can see that that has given us a mirror-like finish, and it is dependent on the amount of time you are prepared to spend doing the polishing. This isn't for an important job, so I'm not spending that much time on it, but I'm just trying to demonstrate how easy it is to polish metal at home using an angle grinder and the polishing kit. I hope this video has been useful. If it has and you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel.